Hey everybody, Sean here. I'm back for another part of my collection series. Here we have Cube 4. Alright, let's just start her off. Fleetwood Mac. Always like Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, they're just good. This one has a lot of good tunes. I don't like Rhiannon, Landslide, some classics. Classics. Here we go. Here we go, another one. Fleetwood Mac. Heroes Are Hard to Find. Another good one. Really weird cover on that. But it's cool. It's Fleetwood Mac. They can get away with it. Foghat, Boogie Motel. Really like the cover on this one. Just enjoy the artwork. The album's alright. No complaints, no super big praises or anything. Here's a really cool band. One of my favorite records I have. Frigid Pink. Self-titled. Definitely check them out. Psychedelic blues. Check them out. They're really good. If you haven't heard. Here's another weird band here. Not weird, just ones people usually haven't heard of. Ford Theater. Another heavy psychedelic band. One of my favorite genres that existed. Just that weird, heavy, late 60s psychedelia. It just kind of wasn't matched again. Another really cool one here. Best guitarist of all time. I heard there's an interview where they asked Jimi Hendrix what it's like to be the best guitarist of all time, and he says, ask Rory Gallagher. And that's Rory Gallagher. Fantastic Irish blues guitarist. I mean, he's not two people, he's one. Really cool. Can't tell you to check him out enough. If you like blues, like Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, check him out. It'll probably be your new favorite. Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. I like Peter Gabriel Genesis. Not so much other Genesis. Phil Collins. I'm the biggest Phil Collins guy. Genesis Live. It's another good one here. And unfortunately, I thought Peter Gabriel was in this one, but he's not. So I'm going to try to trade that at some point. Like, I don't totally hate him. It's not my thing. Grand Funk Railroad. On Time. It's the Grand Funk. Here's a band I always want to get more albums of, but I never see them around. The Grateful Dead. No, it's not a heavy metal album. It's the Grateful Dead. The rest of the Grateful Dead. It's the greatest hits, I believe. But I never find them, so I was definitely pretty pumped to at least see the greatest hits. Really want to find more of them. I just never see them. Canned Wheat by the Guess Who, another great Canadian band. Those who don't know, Burton Cummings and Randy Bachman, the Guess Who, American Woman. You see this a lot, just being Canadian, everybody likes the Guess Who. Yeah, usually Goodwill finds where to get them. Share the Land. Nice Native American whittler, nice native whittler. I mean North American when I say that. Wheatfield of Soul. Yeah. Guess Who? Yeah, they're good. I like the Guess Who. I have quite a bit of Guess Who if you couldn't tell. Rockin'. Now we have, that's one I already pulled up. This is an early one. It's them and the Staticos. A Wild Pair. Really, really early Canadian rock there. Oh, here's one of my favorite folk artists. Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant. I have a few Arlos here, and yeah, I'm just an Arlo guy. I like Woody too, but I think I like Arlo more. Really like his stuff. Really like his performance at Woodstock too. I thought that was really impressive. I like that one. It is the giant bone thingy, branch bone thing. It's cool. Always like the album covers. They're very they're minimalist, but I don't know. There's something about them I like. I can't really describe. Hawaii's Lullaby. Something about that, simple. Stands out. Yeah. Speaking of Woodstock, Richie Havens. Really cool guitarist. Never sure if he's blind or not. I don't think he's blind. Closes his eyes while he plays guitar. Jimi Hendrix, my idol growing up. Unfortunately, he's a rough condition. I got him at a Goodwill and I couldn't leave him there. So they aren't really playable. But they're just kind of, they're placeholders till they get the other ones. They get better copies. This is cool, bit of local history here. Tales of the Donnelly feud. It was a pretty intense feud that happened in Lucan, Ontario, which is not even an hour away from where I live. And what happened was the Donnellys came and squatted on this land, and then everybody got mad at them, and then they went and burned their house down and killed everybody. But there's a bunch of different stuff, like the one son was actually like the head of police, all sorts of stuff. But they actually squatted on one of my forefathers or ancestors' land, so I'm connected to them. They're squatted on my land. Tales of the Donnelly feud. This is really cool. It's just some folk, some very local folk music. I've actually seen that there. I went on like 3 different school trips there because you were just allowed to sign up for it. And I was like, oh, I'll go on a field trip. I'm alright with a day out. Now we have the Hollies. Greatest hits. The Long Tall Woman. Really cool, the Hollies. We have Iron Butterfly. In the Garden of Eden. No, these guys. Always liked that one part in The Simpsons where Bart put that in the hymns. Oh, it's hilarious. Like when the organist like collapses at the end. Oh, funny stuff. Iron Butterfly Ball. Heavy. Iron Butterfly. Pretty heavy stuff. Now we have... No, that happened. Okay. Now we have Pearl. Actually, I just pulled one of these off something out of nowhere. And now we have Pearl. The Worst of Jefferson Airplane. I don't see much Jefferson Airplane along with Santana, not Santana, the Grateful Dead. I never see the Grateful Dead or Jethro Tull anywhere. It's weird. But I finally found one, even though if it is a greatest hits. Go from Jefferson. That Airplane to Starship. I picked those up fairly cheap, I do believe. I think it might have been a $5. This one was $1. The other one was $5. Oh, this one is a really cool one. I was so pumped to find. Thick as a Brick. I got this for $1 at a record store, and it has all the pages. For those who don't know, Thick as a Brick came out essentially as a newspaper. So there's like a word search, and none of this is done, which is really cool. I was glad like the dots weren't done and the word search weren't done, and there's like even a little comic, and it's fantastic. I don't want to go through the whole thing because it's a little bit fragile, but great record. The whole thing's one song, and it's if you like prog rock, if you like Jethro Tull, is great album. Definitely a must get. Just even if you just collect weird albums, I definitely say pick it up because I don't think there's any other newspaper albums out there. Aqualung. The cover's water damage, but the actual vinyl's fine. Stormwatch. I like the back on this one there. It's like animals on the covers. Doesn't matter how simple it is, I just like a good animal on the cover. Jethro Tull, Too Young to Rock and Roll, Too Old to Die. Sorry, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. Can you really be too old to die? Didn't think so. Heavy Horses. Yeah, Heavy Horses. Once again, like the album. Animals, I don't know. I'm a sucker. What can I say? But no, I also just really like Jethro Tull. If you couldn't tell yet, here we go. Into the Wood. Songs from the Wood, sorry. And the last Jethro Tull. Not the last Jethro Tull, but the last one I have is War Child. I ended up getting a Jethro Tull on a tape thing when I was a kid, and they just blew my mind.